Alright, I guess we're doing this. They said the game is great and all, but I'm here sitting trying to figure out how the hell I ended up playing a waifu gacha horse racing game. I'm usually knee deep in explosions, strategy, and squad-based shooters. So this felt like someone dropped a glitter bomb on my tactical loadout. Look, if you like horse racing, okay cool, I get it. Anime waifus? Not super my thing, but I get the appeal. But both? Together? That just sounds like peak Gunner bait with sprinkles of forced idle cringe. This is a game that has anime horse girls sprinting full speed down a racetrack, then launching into a J-pop concert right after the finish line. What even is this game? Everything about it screams cash grab for the lonely and desperate, and I was fully prepared to clown on it, uninstall, and move on with my life. But then, I actually played it. And let me tell you, my mocking face gradually locked the hell in. One minute I was raising an eyebrow, wondering if this game was a joke, and the next minute, I found myself genuinely rooting for one of these horse girl waifus. After carefully training her, boosting her stats, managing random events, and being at the mercy of the RNG gods, then the championship race finally arrived. With two rivals right on her tail, I started to feel excited. I was leaning forward, locked in, gripping my phone a little too hard. Then, she crossed the finish line, winning the championship, and I found myself actually celebrating. Then, it hit me. Wait, do I actually like horse racing now? Honestly, I'm still trying to figure that out. But here's what I know for sure. Even though the game's training loop gets repetitive after about the 8th or 9th run, the randomness keeps every session feeling fresh. It's basically like a slot machine perfectly tuned to scratch my monkey brain. Something I really respect and did not expect at all is how these horse girl characters, despite being the perfect setup for fan service, are never sexualized in game. There's no awkward jiggle physics, no weird poses, no sus camera angles, just wholesome character arcs and personality quirks. The devs even went as far as discouraging explicit fan content, which I think is pretty commendable. You can tell they really care about the integrity of the IP. It's rare to see a studio say, no thanks to the easy Gunner bait and actually double down on good writing, interesting gameplay loops, and emotional stakes. Too many games ruin themselves chasing clicks instead of making something you can actually respect and get invested in. This one actually holds it together, and once you're a little more invested, that makes it hit even harder. Look, I've played a ridiculous amount of gacha games, probably more than I'd ever like to admit, and only a few have genuinely surprised me. This one actually makes that short list. The gameplay looks like this. You pick your horse girl, select some support character and cards to buff her stats, then guide her through a career filled with random events, time-sensitive goals, and unpredictable outcomes. Sounds simple, right? Nope. You can easily watch 5 hours of YouTube guides and still come out totally confused. Even hardcore players in Japan who've had this game since 2021 still debate on what certain stats really do. Basically, expect lots of trial and error. And on that note, a small little warning. This game isn't easy. You will lose a lot. You'll fail for dumb reasons like your horse getting boxed in by other racers, or just not being prepared enough. Sometimes it's the weather, sometimes it's the racetrack conditions, maybe even her mood that day, or yeah, even the freaking wind resistance. It's wild how much can go wrong in a single run, even when you think you've got the upper hand and min-max your horse correctly. I've played 9 days straight so far, doing one full career a day, which is about 30 to 40 minutes, and only managed to win one championship. Which I must say, shout out to Haru Urara. She's the best, obviously. Oh, and something kinda wild. Did you know that most of these anime horses are actually based on real-life racehorses? Like legit horses that ran in actual races. There are actual stables in Japan that you can visit where some of these real-life racehorses were kept or are still there. And with rising popularity, the devs have put out etiquette guidelines just in case you ever decide to visit them, probably to avoid some weirdo trying to take selfies while screaming Top Gun Best Girl in front of someone's barn. And honestly, I'm glad they did that. With how rage bait streamers have already gone and made fools of themselves in Japan, making all of us look bad, I think it's smart the devs are laying down some ground rules. It's a good call that keeps the vibe respectful instead of turning into another joke at our expense. Since global launch, UmaMusume, I think I'm pronouncing it right, has straight up popped off. It has a solid player count on Steam, and is sitting with a solid 94% like rating. Yeah, the same game we thought was just some waifu Gunner bait, somehow's got the internet talking, and in a good way too. People from all kinds of communities, Reddit, Discord, even some game dev folks are saying the same thing. Yo, this game is kinda fire. And I agree, the mechanics are way deeper than what you expect. And there's this weird sense of polish and balance that makes you go, wait, why is this better than half the stuff dropping nowadays? Honestly, the idle horse girl aesthetic is just a wild attention-grabbing wrapper for what's secretly a really well-crafted experience. As even if you came here just for the memes, you might find yourself staying for the gameplay. Cause hey, that was me. After finally winning the championship in that one run, I ended up sitting through the entire idle concert. Me, the guy who normally skips cutscenes and avoids fluff in games. But in that moment, I was locked in. It wasn't just some random idle fluff anymore. It actually hit, like, damn. She earned that spotlight, and I stayed. I watched the whole thing, and even vibed to it. So, do I recommend this game? Well, before we answer that, let's talk monetization. Because that's where most gacha games fall flat on their face. But, UmaMusume? Shockingly fair. You can roll with 1-star horses and still get a really good run. Even win the championship early in the game if you build them right, and have the RNG gods on your sides obviously. The game tosses a good amount of free gems at you. Starter packs, events, daily missions, there's always something. And I haven't felt pressured once to spend. And honestly, that alone puts it miles ahead of most gacha hellholes. Even the banner raids feel decent. Not the greatest, but they're okay. So basically, it's genuinely playable without throwing your wallet into the fire. Now, let's talk about the UmaMusume community. And I gotta say, it's kind of amazing. I've seen really wholesome, passionate fans across Reddit, Twitter, and Discord who genuinely care about horses. Obviously the in-game ones, but also the real ones that these are based on. People share stories, create tribute art, and even share guides for new players that don't feel condescending. There's something oddly heartwarming about seeing how much this community respects both the game and the real-life animals it's based on. One really cool example, just recently, there was this in-game collaboration event where players could, in real life, donate ryegrass, I think that's how you pronounce it, a premium type of grass to support retired racehorses like. And what's wild is that the community didn't just show up, they showed out. People donated in such massive numbers that they ended up crashing the donation site. This community genuinely cares about the animals behind the game. And that level of passion is rare. That is horse girl powered charity in full throttle. And honestly, I love it. So, do I recommend this game? I genuinely care about recommending good games to my viewers. Games that can actually be worth your time. And UmaMusume is honestly worth it. Even if it's just to play once in a while, it's okay as there's no insane pressure to grind. Just colorful characters, exciting races, and the kind of RNG that sometimes makes you want to chuck your phone across the room. But I digress. Another thing I really like is how easy it is to switch between mobile and PC. Just copy the code from your current session and use it to link your account across both platforms. It's super smooth. Process carries over instantly, and the only catch is that paid items stay on whatever platform you bought them on. But you still get to use what you bought immediately on the other device, so it's honestly not a big deal. It's small stuff like this that makes the whole experience way more enjoyable. Give UmaMusume a shot. You might just find something surprising about yourself, like, you know, secretly enjoying horse racing waifus. Hey, stranger things have happened, I'm sure. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. And don't worry, I'll still be doing more Helldiver videos, though I like reviewing games too. Is there a game you think is worth people's time? Let me know in the comments. This was Metanaut, and thank you for watching.